At this time, we will be moving into our Healthy Homes portion of our agenda. And so I invited this time forward Beverly Ross and those providing testimony tonight from Sacred Heart Catholic Church, Father Shay Auerbach, Denise Rhymes, and Reverend Alex Krieger.
Good evening. My name is Beverly Ross. I am a team leader at Sacred Heart Catholic Church and member of the Healthy Homes Steering Committee. I am deeply troubled by the dangerous living conditions that so many of my federal parishioners face inside their own homes. Families run electric heaters day and night, trying to stay warm inside mobile homes with gaping holes and no insulation. Their electric bills exceed $500 a month. In the summer, the heat is unbearable. Leaking roofs and windows cause mold to spread. As a retired registered nurse, I am horrified by this public health crisis. As someone who suffers from asthma myself, I shudder to think what it must be like to not be able to breathe easily in my own home. As a mother, my heart breaks for the babies who are growing up in these conditions, and for the parents who, despite working long, hard hours, cannot afford to make their homes safe for their children. This problem is too big for one individual to solve. It takes all of us coming together as a community to ensure that everyone has a safe and dignified place to call home. It is my honor to introduce Elva, who will speak on behalf of dozens of our Southside neighbors who are here tonight, courageously building power to win justice. Elva.
Mi esposo y yo compramos nuestro tráiler en 2016. La tráiler estaba en mal estado, no tenía agua ni luz, pues alquilábamos un departamento pequeño mientras arreglábamos la tráiler. Mi primer hijo apenas nacido tenía 2 meses.
My husband and I bought a trailer in 2016. It was in bad shape. It didn't have water or electricity. So we rent a small apartment while we fix up the trailer. I had given birth to our first son just 2 months earlier.
Estábamos decididos a tener un buen hogar para nuestros hijos. Nos llevó 2 meses de trabajo duro y todos nuestros ahorros para dejar la tráiler en condiciones para mudarnos poco a poco. Seguíamos haciendo reparaciones, convertimos esa tráiler vieja en un hogar, no solo para nuestro primer hijo, sino también para 2 hijos más después de él.
We were determined to make a good home for our son. It took 2 months of hard work and all our savings to get the trailer in good enough shape to move in. Little by little, we continued to make repairs, but we turned that old trailer into a home, not only for our first son, but 2 more sons after him.
Nuestro hijo mayor ya va a la escuela, pero tenemos 2 hijos pequeños más, así que yo no he podido trabajar. Tenemos que pagar toda nuestra factura, alquiler del dueño del terreno, luz, comida, solo con ingresos de mi esposo. El mes pasado la factura para la luz eran $568.
Our oldest son is in school now, but we have two more little sons, so I haven't been able to work. We have to pay all our bills, rent to the landowner, electricity, groceries, with just my husband's income. Last month, our electrical bill was $568.
Nuestra casa necesita reparaciones que no podemos pagar. El techo tiene agujero, lo que hace que el techo de la cocina se pudra y gotea cada vez que llueva o nieva. Me preocupa que se derrumbe.
Our house needs repairs now that we can't afford. The roof has holes causing the ceiling in the kitchen to rot and leak. Every time it rains or snows, I worry it will collapse.
El techo de la cocina de mi vecina Josefina se derrumbó en Navidad. Su nieto iba a la cocina para su jugo y se le cayó todo el techo.
My neighbor Josefina's kitchen ceiling collapsed during Christmas time. Her grandson was going to the kitchen to get juice, and the whole ceiling fell down.
A principios de este mes, ella le mostró su casa al alcalde para que viera con sus propios ojos los problemas que enfrenta nuestra comunidad. Ahora vamos a ver un video de esa visita.
Earlier this month, she showed her home to the mayor so he could see for himself the problems our community is facing. We are going to see a video from that visit now.
Estos son solo algunos de los problemas que enfrenta nuestra comunidad. Toda el agua que entra en nuestra casa causa moho, está enfermando a la gente. No tenemos insolación, no tenemos calificación ni aire acondicionado.
These are just some of the problems our community is dealing with. All the water getting in our houses causes mold. It's making people sick. We don't have insulation. We don't have heat or air conditioning.
Mi vecina tiene 3 hijos y 2 de ellos tienen asma. Su médico le preguntó qué pasa en casa, por qué se enferman constantemente. Imagínate ser madre y saber que tu propia casa es peligrosa para tu hijo y no te basta para hacerla segura.
My neighbor has 3 children now. 2 of them have asthma. Their doctor asked her what is going on at home, why they are getting sick all the time. Imagine being a mother and knowing your own home is dangerous for your children and you can't afford to make it safe.
No solo estoy hablando por mí, sino por la comunidad inmigrante, por lo que tiene miedo de salir y alcanzar la voz ahora. Agradezco a mi vecino que están presentes conmigo.
I'm not just speaking for myself, but for the immigrant community, for those who are afraid now to go out and speak up. I thank my neighbors for being present with me.
Como madre y padre, lo que más deseamos es mantener a nuestros hijos sano y salvo. Como pediatra, el alcalde nos comentó que atendió a muchos niños con asma en el hospital de Chippenham. Como nuestro alcalde, él tiene el poder de solucionar este problema mediante el programa de reparación de casas móviles. Nosotros estamos haciendo todo lo posible para mantener nuestras familias sanas y salvas. Le pedimos al alcalde que haga lo mismo.
As mothers and fathers, what we want more than anything is to keep our children safe and healthy. As a pediatrician, the mayor told us he saw many children with asthma at Chippenham Hospital. As our mayor has the power to fix this problem through the mobile home repair program, we are doing everything in our power to keep our families safe and healthy. We are asking the mayor to do the same. Thank you.
Gracias a todos.
Over the past 3 years, we've been able to get the City Council to submit budget amendments to secure $1.6 million for mobile home repairs. Local nonprofit Project Homes has repaired 30 mobile homes so far. They project that they will repair a total of 100 homes with the $1.6 million the city has awarded so far. This is a good start, but that leaves approximately 300 homes still in need of repair. That's 300 families suffering now, whose homes will become more dangerous every day. They have to wait for critical repairs. How many roofs will collapse? How many electrical fires will break out? How many children will develop asthma before the city of Richmond will take this problem seriously? We say, not one more. Risk, say it with me, not one more. Tonight, we are asking our mayor to help solve this problem by making a commitment to dedicate $2 million per year for the next 3 years, because justice demands risk.
Mayor Avula, earlier this month, you met with many of the mobile home residents who are here this evening. You saw the sagging ceilings caused by leaking roofs and heard the stories of mothers whose children suffer from asthma because of the mold. We heard what you said on March 14th in terms of needing a long-term, sustainable solution to this problem, and we don't disagree. But by the time that that long-term solution has been determined and planned and approved and funded and developed, the children you saw a few weeks ago in the mobile home park will be adults, adults with chronic asthma and other serious health concerns. So while we are working to develop more safe and affordable housing, we also must keep working to make the homes that families already live in safe. Every day that our neighbors wait for these critical repairs, their roofs get weaker, their floors sink deeper into rotting joists, and their children get sicker. We heard you say on March 14th that you were prepared to allocate $800,000 for the mobile home repair program in the budget you will be releasing this Thursday. We know that is simply not enough money to address this need. This problem is urgent and requires a serious solution. So, will you fund the mobile home repair program with $2 million per year over the next 3 years for a total of $6 million?
I cannot commit to that. I have put in the budget another $800,000 to go towards this program.
Can we just caucus for a moment? Thank you.
Mayor Vula, we can accept $800,000 for the coming fiscal year as a compromise. What we'd like to hear from you, in addition to the $800,000 for the next fiscal year, is that the following 2 years after the coming fiscal year, you will be in a position to commit $2 million per year for the each of the 2 following years, in order to address this problem that you saw with your own eyes and walked on those soft floors.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's heartbreaking. I appreciate you inviting me into that space, and Josephina especially. You may have seen the report that Project Homes did on our mobile home parks. It was released this week, and in conversations with Project Homes and other folks, I think part of the challenge is that, you know, when we do a $15,000 or $20,000 repair on a home like that, it's a tiny Band-Aid on a gaping wound, right? The amount of money that it takes to get to the place where we can actually prevent asthma from developing, where we can prevent hospitalizations, is far beyond, you know, just the bucket of money that we have. And it's not a realistic solution to like slap on the Band-Aids. And so I do think, you know, as Father Shea mentioned, like, we've got to do the harder work of identifying city land, of, you know, doing manufactured homes. And so we've started to work with a partner called Eden's Village, and we've identified a potential parcel of land. So these are the kinds of solutions where we've got to be able to move people from their current situation to a more financially sustainable home. But in the meantime, I'm committed to, you know, putting another $800,000 in for this upcoming fiscal year.
Yeah, and as we shared a couple weeks ago, we love the idea of Eden Village for long term, but as Father Shea just shared, that's years out, and we have families right now who need help and assistance. The $800,000 is a good start, but that will get us maybe another, like a quarter of the way of what we truly need. The reason we're asking for more than just this year is that we met with the organization the city has partnered with, Project Homes as well. We actually saw almost all of that report in late January as well. And a big thing they shared with us is that to do this work, to build up, to be able to do it, more years that we know that there's funding allows so much more and better work done. We heard the same thing actually when we met with Merrick Malone's office, is saying that for affordable and safe housing, the best thing is not to do year by year, but to have clear funding some years out. And so that's why we're asking tonight, along with $800,000 for this year, a commitment for fiscal year 27 and 28 of $2 million each of those years.
I think this melds with our earlier conversation of having dedicated, because you're right. I mean, Merrick and Marion and Lee over at Project Homes, what developers need is predictability. They need to know that there's going to be money in a bucket. And so I think that's where my work of making sure the abatement roll-off is going into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund and other strategies to fund affordable housing, I think that's how we get here. And it's really hard at this point to look forward, especially in a fiscal year that I've already shared. You know, we're holding tax assessments flat from this fiscal year to next fiscal year. We're going to have even less flexibility in the budget.
Yeah.
And so,
So I'm hearing all that, and what we're asking for is a compromise. We're asking for less than we know would be ideal for this year. And we're really concerned if there's not a promise for next year. And part of this is we're not asking for the next 10 or 20 years. We're asking for 3 years, and that, we believe, in 3 years, we can solve this. We can solve this. It can be a win for us. It can be a win for the city. And so we're asking, can you make a promise to fund it for 27 and 28?
I'm really worried about the supposition that we can solve this in 3 years. I actually think that money is better spent navigating these individuals to other homes that are more sturdy and stable that we could invest money in than the current situation that you all showed me a couple weeks ago.
That really concerns us, as there's 400 families right now who are in unsafe housing, and we'll have other solutions, but those families will not be receiving that. That there is a very severe health impacts that we've seen, and we, along with this year, we really need those future years.
I'll reiterate that slapping the Band-Aid on is not the solution. I think we should commit some money to trying to help where we can, but we should also commit more money to trying to navigate those folks to other homes, especially on land that's not even owned by the individuals, right? I think we've got to rethink, and what I would love to do is come to the table with you all to really build out a strategy of using church land, using city land, and then investing this money instead of a $15,000 roof, investing it in a new manufactured or tiny home.
So what we are hearing tonight is two things. One, we will celebrate, and that is that there's 800,000 promised for this fiscal year. So that is a yes. Can we celebrate the 800,000 for that? We are disappointed that there's not for future years, and you'll be hearing this. This is not something that we will be letting go. Because justice demands